Only on Action News Jax, a select group of people living at a Ponte Vedra condo complex say they're being targeted by their HOA with thousands in legal fees. Those few residents of the Belize at Ponte Vedra condos reached out to Action News Jax, questioning the association's authority to charge those fees. Action News Jax Finn Carlin is live with us in the studio, and Finn, residents tell you the fees have been piling on for well over a year now.
Tika, they claim they've been targeted by the board at Belize for complaining about a project approved back in 2020. It's now led to more than a year of those same residents being charged legal fees by the board. Now, Florida law says you have to win a court case to collect that money, but all of this money has been charged without going before a judge. Multiple lawyers say there's no legal basis for doing this, and the people being charged just want to know why.
We would like to enjoy the quiet and peaceful enjoyment of our homes, and they are wrecking this.
These are 3 of at least 5 people at Belize now facing thousands in legal fees.
It's a massive amount of stress, to say the least. I mean, I've been in the hospital for it before.
We got hold of their recent monthly statements. This one shows more than $3,200 in legal fees related to a DBPR complaint. The DBPR is Florida's Department of Business and Professional Regulation.
We simply made that complaint. We wanted answers. They wouldn't supply us with the answers.
This is the complaint these residents filed back in 2022. It's for a project Belize's board approved in 2020 to make the women's bathroom in the clubhouse a staff-only bathroom for COVID reasons. It was unanimously approved, but didn't sit right with residents.
The women did not have access to a women's room, and their response was if they want to use the bathroom, they could go home.
The county investigated the project and found Belize never got a permit to do the work. The DBPR didn't pursue a case after the complaint, but the board sent this letter to the Belize community, calling out the people who'd filed the complaint and saying legal fees would be collected for false and misleading allegations.
The board wants to come back and try to punish every other person who simply had questions.
Florida law says actions at law, meaning a lawsuit, may be brought by the association against a unit owner. It goes on to say the prevailing party, whoever wins the court case, is entitled to recover reasonable attorney fees. But Belize has been collecting legal fees without going to court, which Florida law doesn't give the power to do.
They don't have the authority. That's beyond their scope of authority to do what they're doing.
Lawrence Farrer is a South Florida lawyer who specializes in cases like this. We sent her a list of documents, including the DBPR complaint, Belize's governing documents, and the board's letter to the HOA. She says Belize's declaration doesn't spell out the power to charge these fees without going to court. Other attorneys hired by the residents facing these fees say the same, also agreeing Florida law doesn't lay out that authority either.
And to me, I don't think that what they're doing is appropriate.
Farrer says the board could file liens against the residents if the fees go unpaid. A lien would give Belize management ownership of their property until the fees are paid. Otherwise, they could take their homes.
What's being done here is highly improper. I do not see any reasonable basis for what they're doing.
For the people facing the fees, they say it's unfair to pay up.
So even if we were to pay the legal fees, we could be having more legal fees, because if we don't know what we were doing, we might still be doing that conduct.
More than anything, they say they don't want to lose their homes.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. If they think I'm leaving my home over all of this, I'll sue them back to the Stone Age.
Shout out to Belize, who didn't want to comment, but their attorney gave us this statement on your screen saying there are several fundamental inaccurate factual statements and serious false accusations being made against Belize. Now, I asked what inaccurate statements and false accusations were being made, but still haven't heard back. Belize management continues to claim that it abides by Florida law. For local coverage you can count on, in studio, Finn Carlin, Action News Jax.